for the cost of a new vehicle these days, it's not that difficult to spend a little bit of money and greatly increase the performance of a used vehicle just by putting shocks and struts on it. You know, and you're right, it is an investment. It's a big chunk of money. It's probably your second highest investment other than your house.
Yeah.
Well, and you're investing in your livelihood with stopping distance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What I don't, you know, there used to be this argument, well, you know, the vehicle has 100,000 miles on it. It's not worth putting on the OE, the correct parts, the premium parts, whatever somebody called them. It's not worth putting them on. This vehicle's 100,000 miles. And okay, and maybe that logic made sense when that vehicle was worth $1,000.
Right.
But now it's not.
Yeah, that's just the old adage. And, you know, now cars are pushing, you know, 200,000, 300,000.
Yeah. I remember a car with 100,000 miles on it, 98,000 miles on it. Years and years ago, that was junk. You know, you tossed it by then.
That's because you're old. I don't remember that.
I am old. I do remember that, and I remember riding around in cars with 100,000 miles, just bouncing around because the shocks were bad. But you know, back then,
boats too.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I mean, if people are keeping their vehicles longer because they've got a big investment in them. And
they're really expensive to replace.
They're really expensive. Vehicles are really expensive to replace. So.
And then you've got families that keep that vehicle long term to put their child, when they start driving.
Right. You know? So it is well worth it to, invest in an older vehicle with more miles on it.
Here's something fun to think about, right? So let's say you're one of these people that had, you never traded it in, right? You've got an Equinox with 95,000 miles. And what so many parents do is they buy themselves a new vehicle, and then give their kid whatever their old vehicle is, right? Totally normal thing. Think about, giving someone who's an inexperienced driver a car that was fine new, very fine new, but now it has worn tires, worn brakes, and worn shocks and struts. And we know where those handling and control capabilities are going to be. And you give it to someone that's been driving for 2 months. An inexperienced driver, I mean, that's just not a great recipe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that children or 60, they don't need new cars.
No.
But for the sake of everybody on the road,
they need a safe car.
Yeah, inexperienced drivers, more than anybody, should have a car that operates the way it was designed, not less.
Yeah. Something well maintained.
Yeah, something that has the steering response it's supposed to, that has the handling it's supposed to, the control it's supposed to, the stop. I mean, and imagine a 16-year-old gets in a minor fender bender, and the parents say, "Well, what the heck?" And the kid says, "Well, I hit the brakes, and the car slid."
Right.
I mean, this is like, I'm not trying to scare people here, but this is real stuff. Like, you need to give people a chance.